to work. I just watched the one that was just made. About this mind squirming like a toad. When I was on that bus with that drunken Navajo young man, when he first started in on me, why you take our land? Oh, dude, man, I'm sorry. I understand. I feel your pain. Why you take our land? I must have been like 5 or 6 or 8 times that I'm like, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I feel your pain. It's uncomfortable, and I understand. He kept fucking just looking at me. Why you take our land? You drunk ass motherfucker. Then I finally lost it. Okay, like that dude in Pittsburgh in the bathroom when I was in the Air Force. And I had to make a connecting flight, and I had to go to the bathroom and look for a bathroom, and then I found one, and there he had the little thing in front of it. I looked in and said, hey, and he had put the thing to clean it, and he was gone. So it's just, I'm going to step up to the urinal right here, wash my hands real quick and get out, right? Because you know how they do, it's closed for cleaning. And I'm finishing up and washing my hands. He said, you didn't see the damn sign thing? And I said, I went and looked for another one. This is the only one I could find. I got to make a connecting flight. I don't want to miss it. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I said, sir, I was just, and then finally he keeps cussing at me. I look at him and said, what the fuck does it matter if there's one more person that pissed in the fucking urinal? You just put the signs up. You didn't clean a goddamn thing. Now I took a piss. I washed my hand. I'm leaving. You go to commence the cleaning. Now shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone. He goes, well, I'm sorry, sir. You have a nice day. Okay. That's what he said to me, and I'm like, are these fuckers on the East Coast fucking crazy? What the hell's wrong with them? I was so polite to him. I'm sorry, sir. He was yelling at me, telling me how stupid I was, and then I just finally just read it to him and read him the right act and said, you need to shut the fuck up. Right? And he was sober, so he didn't say, why'd you take our land? You smoke dope? Nope. Right? That's my dad. My dad picked up a guy hitchhiking because he felt sorry for him on the way from El Paso to Cruces, and he said the guy sat there the whole time, looked up at me. You smoke dope? Nope. He said by the time we got to Cruces, he would look at me, and as soon as he looked at me, I'd go nope. He didn't even have to say you smoke dope? Nope. Now, when I saw the beginning of that, it's different things that are happening now between the time when the hospital administration killed my mother and genocidal operations is killing my Justin and my sister. Okay. In my mom's time, the genocide operations was more off of making money, saving money. My old what's that pile of shit's name? John McCain, cut Port Bellow spending, save on retirement benefits and all that stuff. Because the guys in the military would die 10 years after they got out to save money, right? Now, we understand why they kill people in the military, because they will kill people for a paycheck. They get addicted to killing. And unless you can use them as an assassin once they get out, they're hard to control in the surplus population. So they usually have some kind of chemical poisoning and die from exposure to something, and cancer or disease within 10 years of retirement. And not to mention, it saved money on retirement benefits for you wackos that thought money was real back in the 80s, 90s, and so on, so forth, 2000s, right? And so now that we have technology that's more intelligent than the assholes that were fucking us with technologies back before Y2K, these people have a thing called a carbon-based signature or footprint. What they do is they give your family money. And if your family buys Humvees and big monster trucks and goes to Las Vegas and gets tickets to the Super Bowl and tickets to the Final Four, and they fly to Cabo San Lucas and they get an Airbnb and they fly here, there, and everywhere, and they take cruises everywhere. That's the type of person. Make sure you get a good insurance policy on them. And when they stimulate the economy, that person will die from an accident or cancer too. You're volunteering. We got till 2050 to do this. We got till 2075 to clean this up. So say the people of NYU, Tufts University, the Ivy League, Oxford, and Cambridge. And don't forget Stalingrad Polytechnic, right? So these are the type of assholes you're dealing with. It's not time to live the Lord's Prayer yet. We're not done. One more line of coke. Just let me have sex with Tracy Morgan and the other guys on the cheerleading squad at the Santa Fe prison in Texas. Just one more time. One more time. I'll be like the guy from Out of Sight. Died from AIDS, but had the best sex of my whole life. That's sick. I know it's sick. Okay. We live the Lord's Prayer. When we live the Lord's Prayer. Okay. If people don't like the world the way it is and want to go sodomize each other to death, you're just going to have to let her be. Let her be. The letter A, the letter B. Between the letter A and the letter C, let her be. All right? Just let her be. Okay? If people once we're using technology to share the perfection of the Lord's Prayer and we're living it worldwide, and people like Donald Trump and Barack Obama are embarrassed by what they did or upset because they can't have sex with porn stars that wouldn't look twice at them at a family picnic for sex, and they, you know what I mean? I just can't live this way anymore if Melania and all them won't have sex with me because I'm an ugly, mean, manipulative, pathetic asshole. Now the only people I can have sex with are people I find sexually undesirable. And you know what? They find you sexually undesirable too. So I can't have sex with anybody. But Mr. Right Left Hand, you got it. You be Jerry Clowler. Your hand don't never had a headache. Speeds up when you wants to speed up. Slows down when you wants to slow down. The perfect sexual partner for Donald Trump. And then if he wants to grab his pussy and tell it what to do, he can just have one hand grab the other hand and say, stop fucking trying to kill people for fuck money. Anytime you want sex, Jerry Clowler, take care of it your own damn self, Cowboy Wayne. And if you really want to work hard at it to give yourself what you used to have that made you feel so good, those blowjobs like Bill Clinton and the Monica Lewinsky under the desk White House, where you guys all go, oh, this is a great office to be in. What's so great about that? There's more mass murderers that have sat behind that desk at the Oval Office than there was good guys. Well, we had Lincoln and Kennedy, and didn't he play football at University of Washington? Yeah, but he was never president. But we had Lincoln and Kennedy. The other ones owned slaves. Thomas Jefferson thinks my dad thinks Thomas Jefferson's one of the greatest guys that ever lived. The Louisiana Purchase was a hostile land grab. Okay. He sent people into parts of land that he was going to go get, okay, through economics and warfare. He owned the second mother of his children as a piece of property. His first wife was a piece of property. His children were all pieces of property. And then he wrote down on a piece of paper, conceived in liberty, and each man endowed and created equal by his creator. He wasn't talking about Sally Hemings. He wasn't talking about his daughters. He was talking about him and his sons, but not Sally Hemings' sons. Do you understand? And you know where he got that from? The face on the fucking Sphinx! Why'd you take our land? Shut the fuck up and take your drunk ass and go to the other side of the bus. Because if you sit next to me, if I go to the back of the bus and you keep talking to me, I'm going to kick your ass off the bus. Me and Rosa Parks got a tood, and we're tired of his shit. Okay. And I ain't selling no records here today, and I ain't selling no tickets to the concert because there ain't no concert for money. If you want to get together and sing and have a good time, you're not going to do it to get fuck money, to get fucked by Donald Trump, so you can be famous or infamous. It's entirely up to you. Do you understand me? Okay. I am not in a good mood this month. Like I said, Justin is dying, and he never believed in me. And every time we got family get-togethers, he looked at me like I was a pervert that wanted to manipulate sex out of Natalie and didn't get it, and then tried to ask all the good Christians that believe in Jesus to stop me because I couldn't protect myself from myself. And then he made Killian look at me like I was that way all the time. It's no, be taken in by him. He's not a nice guy. He's an old pervert. Just like, and my family who once is worried about my dad's farm and the money based on it, think I'm just like my dad. Okay? And then I get these guys in my head, all these scientists in my head, your family's like this and that and that. Yeah, I get that shit. I understand all that shit. Okay? But would you know this if we were living the Lord's Prayer? And would this be happening if we were living the Lord's Prayer? Right? Would there be so much sexual manipulation and abuse in my family If it wasn't for Gordon B. Hinckley, Spencer J. Kimball, and Russell Nelson, and the rest of the fucking Ozzy and Harriet clan, huh? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying? Okay. Just get your angel eyes on and go hang out with Jim Caviezel, but make sure before that cop and her boyfriend drive off that they buckle their fucking seat belts. Doesn't that bother you at the end of that movie when they hop in the Jeep and drive off and neither one of them buckles up? After his family died in a car crash and she's a cop? I don't know what bothered me. It bothered me. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe they fixed it like Selena, where they took CGI and made the Alamo Dome look like the Astrodome. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. Boom, 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 ba-doom, 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 ba-boom, boom. Subject to editing, right? Okay. My dad's a good guy. He's not a monster. He just got sexually abused in his own home by his own church. And my mom did too. Okay. And it was hard for them to navigate through. It was hard for me to navigate through, and I'm the Messiah. And then when I got to Sierra Vista, Arizona, and they came and debriefed me and didn't declassify anything. They gave me classified information. I just kicked the hell out of their classified information because I'm more intelligent than they are. Okay. So leave my dad alone. Okay. And just because my mom and dad didn't get along, that was because of you perverts being in their bedroom with their cameras, not because mom and dad were bad people. They were trying their best to be good people. It's just really hard to do with the devil and Satan in your bedroom, your living room, your kitchen, and your bathroom, and your car. All right?